Hi everyone, I'd like to walk you through some of the basics of online discussions. A bit of a blend of research from the field and my own experiences teaching high school online courses. One of the basics, defining a purpose. Whether your intent is just simply to share information, to build true conversations, or to get students to interact with text or other content, and eventually building some kind of common knowledge. That's key to sort of focus in your own mind what you want to happen. The other key is to set guidelines, to have relatively clear explanations. If you are just asking them to share information, it may just be each post is worth 20 points. But if you want them to really engage and go back and forth and build big ideas from their conversation, you may want to set an expectation that they participate 4 times over the course of the week, or they respond to each other, something like that. Being clear is much more helpful than wondering why no one's talking. It is very helpful in online courses to avoid the pattern of using discussion forums as a read and respond type thing. Read this article, leave a post on the forum. Do this, leave a post on the forum. It gets routine very quickly. And finally, building a basis for why you're using discussion boards and how they're going to work, and doing that with students early on or as you change the design when you change is helpful. The expectations are key, connecting the discussion board to the purpose, at least mentally in your own mind, and helping students understand what the purpose is as well. You may want them to post multiple days, or you may just want them to be in the discussion board one time, even one class period. At times, you need to wonder if the discussion board is the right task, the right tool. Sometimes sharing information just means posting a journal entry that only you and the student can see. That's journals in Moodle. Other times, you may want students writing and talking collaboratively, almost live in a sense, using a wiki where they're not responding to each other but they are writing together. Google Docs is another way they can have technically discussions just on the same piece of paper. It is also key for you as the instructor to track down the people missing from the conversations, firing off those quick messages, is everything okay? I haven't seen you in this discussion group this week. Or a, did you know the discussion started and it's happening right now, you want to get in there type of thing, just as we would coach students live. Being active as an instructor is really key, yet at the same point it's important not to be domineering. You as instructor don't need to respond to every post. If you do, you may find that true conversation's not happening because students may be waiting for you to affirm a comment. So avoid being domineering, and sitting back a little bit and letting things happen may be helpful. It's important to talk about private issues on the side. You may find issues with the way someone is writing or what they're commenting about. Just as you would not publicly criticize a student, it's important to be careful to watch what you're doing on discussion boards. As well, students can become critics of each other, and I find it helpful when I need to either chat with students on the side, edit their posts so that I am removing their criticism, meaning when they're critiquing someone's grammar or word use, and kind of putting that on the side so it's a genuine conversation. When I reply to students, I try very often to quote their words. I will cut and paste a line from what they said and talk about, well, wow, that was really a smart thought, or gee, I wonder if you've thought about this in this other way. That not only lets them know you're truly reading their work and their words matter, but it also gives you a very fluid way of commenting to students. And when you may write in a true online course several hundred comments at least within half of a semester, being able to do that quickly helps. It is key to model what you're hoping for in a conversation. Use students' names, the way you're talking with them, that sort of thing will all, you'll see the same thing in your own students. There's different styles. The style we've used so far, the instructor leads, posts a question, students respond. Another style, the instructor leads, students respond, and then they engage with each other. That true, genuine conversation gets rolling. You could have students lead the conversation, a student pose the first question, or have a discussion forum with many different students posing questions and everyone responding to each other, and it's one big, glorious mess. But they're writing like crazy. You could have many small groups, small conversations, and they might even read each other's conversations and reply to each other. So there's a lot of variations. The key is, as well, the final one is where the conversation is being used for an end result, like come to a resolution about this. Often that work may wind up ending up in a wiki or even better off in a wiki. These are the official options in Moodle. You see this when you create a forum, add an activity, and if you click near forum types, the little question mark, these are the different styles. The simple discussion, one topic, all in one, very easy to manage. The standard forum, anyone can start a new topic at any time. So you may have 5 discussion topics going, and the last 3 days of the class, there might be 4 different ones added. These work well a little bit into a course. If you do it right away, students may miss that they are actually adding a new discussion topic instead of replying to the first prompt. The Q&A forum I find helpful in a way. You may pose a question, or a student may start a question about, say, a piece of a text you are reading and you want responses from students. This forum lets someone post their response and see other people's work, but only after they've posted. So they can't get in, see what everyone said, and kind of say the same thing or borrow ideas from other people. They have to be original and their post sticks the first time out. Then they can see everyone else's. We'll play with a few of these and you'll get a sense of how some of them work. Some final things I think it's important to coach students. A student who might get into a conversation late could easily see on their screen 50 unread posts or something like that, and that can be very daunting. It is also helpful to use students as discussion guides, meaning students might mentor each other. You may ask a very quick-to-post student to reply to someone who's not seeing a lot of responses on a forum. There's many variations. I've used that style as an online writing center and found it very helpful. Watch out for the students who post once and then are gone. You never see them again, at least in that forum. It's very much like walking into a party, saying something, and then walking out before anyone can respond. And I think once they know that, that's how they can come across. They will come back in and see what the responses are, and you can get conversations going a little better. Again, it's important to set the tone, to try to model the style of both frequency, expectation, activity. And it's also helpful to offer other spaces. Not every conversation needs to happen in Moodle. They can happen in weblogs, on wikis, and even different styles of conversation within Moodle. So variation helps, being active helps, and getting the right questions going. The kind of questions that when you don't want a simple response, don't elicit a simple response. They actually draw out big multiple responses. So that's it for this part. The second part of this video, coming right up, dissects our own Moodle conversation from week 2. Thanks.